if Caleb Williams goes out and wins 9 or 10 games,
Yeah, more.
I will
power to
literally,
more power
I
to
will
you.
cut my leg off.
I'm not. Good evening, degenerates, and welcome back to another episode of DEGEN Hours. This is part 2 of the NFL win total special. Last episode, we covered every single team in the AFC.
Yeah.
We went through what Vegas says their win total line is. We went through, when needed, their schedule.
Oh, murdered.
Well, I mean, every division, we talked through everything. We had 5 consensus picks.
It's absurd.
That we all
was
agreed was
beautiful.
either over or under. If you didn't see that episode, go ahead and watch it. We just looked at last year's stats. Last year we had 8 consensus picks. We went 6-2.
Yeah. If you want to go make some money,
yeah,
go watch the last
6
episode.
and 2, 75%. So when we all agree, it's usually pretty correct on preseason bets.
Always.
And so we've given out 5 already. If you didn't see those and you're a betting man, go ahead, watch that last episode. But you're in the right spot for this week because we are covering the NFC, the other half of the NFL, the teams that maybe aren't quite as good as the AFC.
Not even close.
But there's still some value to be had. In a lot
of course.
these
Yeah.
lines.
There's always value.
So we're gonna go through all the divisions, starting with the NFC North. So let's get right into the action.
Woohoo!
The NFC North was one of the most interesting divisions in football
Oh, yeah.
last year. I mean, we had, historically the Vikings doing pretty well.
Always.
I mean, you had Kirk, you had them winning 13 games, etc.
I
But
sniped
they
her
did
under.
The
terribly.
Lions
How's the
had a chance to go to the Super Bowl last year.
That was
I mean,
crazy.
if Dan Campbell doesn't call that game like a retard.
Classic Dan Campbell, though. You know what you get with Dan Campbell. He's
Yeah,
all-
and they're in the Super Bowl. And then, I mean, the Packers were also just killing the 49ers.
Yeah, that was wild.
Going into, in the divisional round with a chance to play the Lions, and then the Packers blew it as well. I mean, the 49ers, say what you want, they're really good at coming back against these teams that maybe are a little shaky towards the end of the game. But this division has a lot of promise. There's a lot of wins to be got in this division, and one team especially improved a whole lot that we're going to get into last. So, starting at the top of the division with the Lions. Last season, 12-5. Unbelievable year for the Detroit Lions. Probably the best year in their franchise history. Went to the
100%.
conference
Not even
championship.
close. No.
Yeah, they were unbelievable. They're returning everyone.
Yep.
They drafted well. Jameson Williams apparently is looking really good in camp. And, he was that OG 5-star from Alabama, first-round draft
Ohio
pick,
State.
got hurt all the time. Oh, he's Ohio State for like 1 year, then went to Alabama, right? In that team, yeah, okay. The Ohio State fan has to take credit where it's due.
I have to.
So I guess we'll start with you then, Ryan. Their number this year is 10.5, minus 115. So pretty much even money on these betting lines. Last season they were 12 wins, like I said. How do you feel about this Lions team? I know you've been talking in a couple of the prior episodes when we've been talking fantasy about them maybe regressing a little bit.
Yeah, they will regress, but there's no way they don't run through their schedule they have and go over this number. I just think the NFC is weak, and I just think this is an easy number. They should get 12. I think they'll have the exact same 12 wins.
Ooh.
But saying that, they'll be a first-round exit. So 12 wins, first-round exit.
So just a regular season.
Regular season, really good. 12 wins.
But
they'll
you
dominate.
love the over then because the game and a half over.
Yeah, I love the. They definitely can't. They can't get worse. They're gonna win 12 games. They're not gonna win less than 10 games.
Yeah, I have them going 11-6. So I like this over, just not love it. But yeah, I mean, this is a really good team in a conference that's just not great.
Yep.
I mean, the NFC isn't great. This division's probably becoming one of the better ones in the NFC.
Yeah.
Probably the second best now in the NFC. But I think the Lions are still top dogs in this division. I don't see the Vikings, Packers, or Bears immediately becoming a better team than them. And I think their defense is getting better. I mean, that was their problem. Their defense, they were giving up a lot of points. They score a lot, but they were giving up a lot. They really just focus on the defense. So if any of those players pan out that they either drafted or acquired, I think they'll be fine. So 11 wins for them. I got them going over too.
Yeah, really similar mindset as to what Ryan said. I think they kind of ride the momentum of last year into this regular season, and I think they post really good numbers, but probably don't make it very far into a playoff. So, yeah, I actually have them clearing over maybe about 12 wins. So over.
Wow. So we all like the over. Mario, is this a consensus pick right off the bat?
It is a consensus.
Back to back, first pick in the episode.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Not much to add. Same points as they all said, but yeah, love this.
That's
over.
electric. I love that.
Wow.
Lions over, baby.
I mean, Lions, it's a fun team.
Do your job.
It is a
Do
fun
your
team.
job.
It's a fun team. Next team is the Vikings. Last season, 7-10.
Oh yeah.
They got a new quarterback in town.
Quarterback.
JJ McCarthy. Yeah, Sam Darnold might start too. Who knows? Re-upped on Justin Jefferson, so he's there for the long haul. Their total this season's 6.5, but it's minus 150. So it's another one of those numbers that we talked about in the AFC episode where, Vegas probably has them right at 7 wins. So you either have to lay a lot on the over on 6.5, or you have to get a lot of plus money and bet the over on 7.5 because you're not betting the 7 number flat. I'll go ahead and start here. One of the easiest unders you'll find. They're winning 4 games max. This team fucking sucks. Their defense is not good. Their quarterback plays probably the worst in the NFL, if not second worst. I can't think. What can you think of a team with worse quarterbacks than them?
I don't know, not off the top of my head.
Broncos.
Yeah,
Maybe Broncos. Yeah, maybe Broncos. I'd say Broncos and Vikings are both there. I mean, this team is terrible. Their only player is a wide receiver, which is a bummer for them because you need a quarterback to get a wide receiver the ball. So 4 wins max. I love this.
Don't know about that.
Under.
I mean, you don't need a quarterback to get the best wide receiver the ball. You know what I mean?
Yes, you do.
No, I did.
Yes, you do.
I think I'm gonna go over just because I think Justin Jefferson will do it by himself. I think people sleep on this offense too. I think the quarterback will get a lot of help, whoever it is. They have Hawkinson, who's unbelievable when healthy. He's unbelievable tight end when he's healthy. He scored stats are out the wazoo. They got Aaron Jones, who, when by himself and not having to split, always a good running back. And I think they win games with this offense. I don't think it's that hard. And I think this quarterback talk is just like it'll be fine. They're gonna figure it out. And I think they'll go over. I think Justin Jefferson gets it. I think it's minus 150 for a reason.
I'm siding a lot more with Ty on this one. I actually honestly don't think, and I've kind of been on this train for a while, I don't think J.J. McCarthy is the worst quarterback as these guys seem to think he is, or at least as bad as they think he is. But with that being said, I do think it will take a year or so. This is not his year to come in and do some C.J. Stroud type shit. So they are definitely going under.
Type shit?
It's only 6.5, isn't it? See, it doesn't have to be 11 wins.
No. He's not under.
Yeah, this one was close, actually, for me. And I do not like the Vikings at all. I just think their offense has a lot of good pieces, except for quarterback, which is obviously like the most important.
Pretty important, yeah.
Most important. Hot take: if Sam Darnold plays the entire season, they'll go over this number. But there's no way they'll let him play the entire season because winning 7 games over a season isn't the best.
Yeah, we also haven't seen Sam Darnold do that. He's not a big winner.
He's not a big winner. I just think this is such a talented offense, and I think he's just like a vet. Like he could get it done. But they're gonna put J.J. McCarthy in at some point, and this team's gonna collapse. And eventually, they're gonna be in a spot where they'll just tank for a good draft pick. So.
I think that's what they should do at the beginning of the season.
No,
Week 1, they should tank for a draft pick.
Then start JJ the entire season.
They should fight with the Patriots to win 0 games.
But yeah, I'm going under.
Okay, so 3 unders, 1 over for Ryan, who I'm actually kind of surprised on. I thought you'd go against the Michigan.
It's close. No, it's close.
No, it's not about the quarterback.
It's very close.
The offense.
Yeah, I forgot. Not about the quarterback. Next team, the Packers, the team that Aaron Jones came from. Last season went 9-8. This season, and they won a playoff game, almost beat the 49ers like we talked about. This season, their total is upped. 9.5 wins at minus 135. So Vegas is liking the Packers. People are liking Jordan Love, especially after that contract, highest paid quarterback in NFL history now. That's a legit contract. That wasn't just an extension. Like he's getting paid QB1 numbers right now. I'll start big over 11-6 for the Packers. Love the Packers this year. Think they're in the fight with the Lions to be the 1 seed or the best team in this division. Think the Lions probably edge it out by maybe a tiebreaker or by a game. But I love the Packers. I like the Packers in the playoffs more than I do even the Lions. And I think they're for sure in the playoffs. So this 9.5 number to me seemed very low. Kind of scared me a little about it being 9.5, not 10.5. But they did only win 9 games last year. So that kind of makes sense. But I love the over. Big over here.
Yeah, I just need to see more. I have the under only because they had a good end of stretch of the year. They started terribly. I can see them doing that again. They still have a lot of pieces to figure out. I still don't think their wide receiving core is good at all, and I think Jordan Love had an amazing, unbelievable year for our first real year, and I don't think he's going to replicate that again. I think he'll be good.
Sophomore slump, like we said about CJ.
Yeah, but CJ's an actual sophomore.
Okay, yeah. 6-year slump.
Yeah, 6-year slump, very possible. And also, they have a stretch where they go Texans, Jags, Lions, Bears, Niners, Dolphins, Lions again. That's an unbelievable
3 wins in there.
There's that's an unbelievable stretch of games right there, and I think that it's going to be very tough to win. They might be a sneaky playoff team, not sneaky for them, but sneaky because of how bad the NFC is. Like if you have 8 or 9 wins, so I think they'll get in the playoffs. But a wild card team, I don't think they do. I don't think they get up as over.
Okay, Mike?
Yeah, I could not agree more with Ryan. I'm not even gonna repeat it, but I pretty much under and parrot what he said.
Parrot, baby.
Ooh. Wow, I guess we're split here because I have over. I'm kind of similar thinking with Ty.
I like it.
I actually think the way they ended, I think they'll be able to kind of start a little bit hotter to Ryan's point where they start off really shaky. I think they kind of found themselves as the season went on, and Jordan Love found his groove. So
yeah, and their defense is playing a lot better at the end of that season too, especially against the 49ers. All right, we're split on that one. And last team in the division, highly contested team, the Bears. Last year, 7-10.
Ryan's already shaking his head.
Quarterback play was all over the place last year. This year, their number is 8.5 wins at -160.
I mean, last year weren't they 7.5?
7-10, and they were 7.5. Yeah. But that was with Justin Fields. People thought, maybe he's still a playable quarterback.
I mean, he didn't play.
And they got rid of him.
And now they just
Caleb Williams. They offed him. Yeah. Now they drafted Caleb Williams. 8.5 -160. This number scared the shit out of me. I was like, -160 for the Bears with a rookie quarterback. I mean, Mario, I'll let you start on this one.
Yeah.
You got the Bears color hoodie or beanie on. Well, how are you feeling about this? How are you feeling about this? Yeah.
You're a Bears fan.
You kind of got both their colors on.
In a weird way, maybe.
Yeah.
You squint your eye.
Like an offshoot color.
Yeah.
Back up 6 inches stamp on them, I think, I have under. I think there's just a lot of hype, and rightfully so. I mean, Caleb was great in college. Whatever you want to say about how many wins his USC got last year.
He's not a big winning guy.
He's an extremely talented quarterback.
Yeah.
Prospect.
Yeah.
I just don't see him personally. I don't see him stepping in and just taking the league by storm. It's just hard to see. So I have under. I don't think they'll have a bad season. I mean, I think like 6 or 7 wins is a good start for a rookie. I think they're in a lot of games.
Okay.
I'll leave it like that. Like they're in a lot of games. They just don't close it out. And yeah.
Gotcha. Mike, you're a big Caleb Williams fan.
Yeah, I'm self-aware enough to know that this is the most biased under that I'll ever have in my entire life, because Caleb Williams being on any franchise will make me want that franchise to not win anything and not think that they will win anything. I think he is such a failure of a human being that
crazy failure.
I just think
I
just think he's such a failure that he brings down other people around him. He's kind of a black hole of a personality, black hole of an athlete, and I just don't see any light or goodness coming in his life. So yeah, under.
This is like those memes when it's like they have that dude that chubby dude laying on the couch eating chips when he's watching the Olympics. Like, how'd you not win gold? Like Mike is just the definition of that guy.
I ain't chubby.
So you're under.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I have this as an under as well. I have them going 8-9. So it's really not a big under. I think they'll have a good season and be on the edge of that playoff number. But I just, if Caleb Williams goes out and wins 9 or 10 games,
I will cut my leg off.
I'm not going to bet on that. I'm just not going to bet on it.
Yeah.
So I also don't think this Bears team is fantastic. People love to talk about how their defense played at the end of last season, how they kind of rallied around those backup quarterbacks. They improved their offense quite a bit.
Yeah.
Absurdly.
I mean, DeAndre Swift, I think, is going to be very good. They got Keenan Allen. They just paid DJ Moore.
A lot of money.
Whole lot of money.
And the new quarterback.
Yeah, and they got Caleb Williams. So, yeah, I think they'll put up good stats. I think this division's just actually pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think a lot of these divisional games besides the Vikings are going to be walks. And, prove me wrong, Caleb. Go ahead and prove me wrong. If you're going to go out and win double-digit games or 9 games your first year, fantastic. Yeah. We'll get to see him in the playoffs. That would be electric to watch. But, yeah, I'm just betting they go 8 wins, maybe 7 wins, probably 8 wins, though. And so I'm taking the significant plus money. You get plus 45 on the under here, 145, which I love.
Yeah.
Give me that all day of the week.
I love that.
Yeah, 3 picks at a plus money is crazy. This is easy.
Too good a value.
This is an easy value. Over. It's -160 for a reason. They won 7 games last year, and I think Caleb Williams' play will be much better than Justin Fields and Tyson Bagent or whatever the hell his name is. Or Bagent.
No, he's a CrossFit legend. You see, he did a mile of burpees and long jumps. He was talking about in his press conference.
He
did a full mile.
He should stay doing that.
The only thing is, you do a burpee and then a long jump, and then a burpee. He said he did in an hour and 7 minutes.
Let him.
Dude, that one game though, where he got that win,
legendary.
That Vince McMahon meme where he's like, "Dad, tell me about that Tyson Bagent game."
Yeah, I just. This is gonna be pretty easy. Ever since they got Montez Sweat, in my opinion, they became a top 10 defense. And I just think this offense, it's one of those things where you guys don't like Caleb for your reasons.
I love Caleb.
Whatever you guys want to say, you don't like Caleb for.
Actually,
I'm
like
not
Caleb.
biased.
Well, Mike is biased.
Mike
Well,
hates him.
all right,
Mike openly hates Caleb Williams.
Yeah, he hates him with a passion. He's,
Yeah.
he's on your hate list.
Yeah, but I'm not biased.
You just hate him accurately.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I just think Caleb Williams is very talented. Even if he doesn't perform at his incredible talent that he was during college, this team is so good on offense that I just have I just have zero worries about them scoring and their defense is going to step up. This is a joke. I think they're easily going to make the playoffs, and there's no way they do that with 8 wins. So,
All right.
I love this over. I'm going to hammer it.
All right. So no consensus. Oh wait, no, we had the Lions.
Lions.
In that division. We had the Lions, but none of the next 3. All right. NFC East time. Starting with the Cowboys. 12-5 last season.
Yeah.
Big regular season. Dak played out of his mind in the regular season. Their number this year is 9.5 at -150, but 9.5. 1 game above the Bears. I'll start.
It's really at 10.
I think
It was
it's
10.5 last year, though.
Well, it's 10. I'm saying you bet the 9.5. Bears was almost the same odds at 8.5.
Yeah.
So I love the over, and I hate the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And I love the over. Cowboys win double-digit games in the regular season.
Yeah,
It's what
they
they
love-
do with Dak
they
Prescott.
love doing it
They
every
have
year.
a really, really, really good defense.
It's a formula.
They had last year's wide receiver 1, and Dak Prescott's coming back healthy. So, I mean, I'm going ahead and just betting the Cowboys to win 10 games, and I would be so fucking happy if they didn't.
Yeah.
So this is
Life
this
hedge.
is the best. Yeah, this is the best bet ever. I think I win the bet, but if I don't, great. I love it. Cowboys suck.
Yeah, this is free over. I don't need to say anything.
Yeah.
It's free over.
Free over.
Free
Oh,
over.
there it is.
Consensus.
Yeah, 9.5 is wild for the Cowboys.
It is pretty
Yeah.
wild.
It's wild for the
That's
Cowboys.
really low.
That's crazy, especially when they have the Eagles sitting right below them. Last season, 11-6, 10.5 for the Eagles at -130. So pretty similar favorite.
It's because of
But a
their
full
second
game.
half fall off. Second half of the season fall off.
Is why they have a game above the Cowboys who didn't fall.
That's an interesting one.
No, I don't know.
Wait, what did you mean? What did you mean by that?
Well, I just meant like why it's only 1 game ahead and not 2 games ahead, although they're a clearly better team.
But why do you think the Cowboys is below them?
They're not. What? Oh no, that's what I'm saying.
Wait, I don't think you're making as much sense as you think you are right now.
I think. All right, maybe
Wait,
not.
so the Eagles.
I speak Michael, so I'll translate.
I
Okay.
understand it.
Yeah, he's saying the Eagles really should be like 11.5, but because they fell off so hard, they had to knock them down a game.
To be closer to the Cowboys.
But
close
why
to
were the
Exactly.
Cowboys at 9.5?
Because they're
they
really
lo-
not as good, and CD
They won.
contract, and they lost Tony Pollard. They're not sure.
The
Dak,
loss of
Dak
Tony
never has
Pollard.
back-to-back good
I don't want to
seasons.
spend too much time on Mike
He's
Watt
really
with the Cowboys.
reading it.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
no,
Eagles.
I speak
Mike,
Michael. I speak
after Mario's
Crazy
translation,
That was really good.
how are
That
you
was
feeling
really
about this
good.
Eagles team?
I love this Eagles team. I
Any reason
also,
why?
Well, I just think their offense is very well balanced.
Because of what?
Well, I just think before they were a very pass-heavy team, and now they have options on the ground.
Because of the addition of Saquon.
What options?
Well, they just have they have a true RB1 now.
Who?
Will Shipley. They drafted him in the 4th round.
No,
No,
Clemson,
Kenneth
no.
Gainwell.
Gainwell.
Okay.
Gainwell.
No,
That's-
Who's the running back?
I mean, Saquon Barkley.
oh, that's why you like
Oh,
him.
I've heard of him.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
Sports
I,
Illustrated Nude Edition in your room.
Oh,
Nope.
that's the guy you
That's
have.
the guy who has the
no,
big
it's
wall.
not.
It's
That's
a little
not-
sticky when you try to
That's
say
not
it.
a thing.
Cock
That's-
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
You ever seen the Stickies part?
That's not a thing.
Yeah.
Not a thing. But I like this Eagles offense. I don't think they're gonna fall off as hard. I think Doug Peterson will get them boys back on track.
Who?
I'm gonna be really excited to watch Doug Peterson coach next time.
Doug Peterson?
On the Eagles.
He's
Not-
leaving,
Doug
he's leaving the
Peterson?
Jaguars.
He's
Not
going
Doug
back to
Peterson.
the Eagles from the
Nick
Jaguars.
Sirianni is who you meant to say.
Yeah, same difference.
Yeah, this is tough. This,
Same difference.
this was a tough game. This was a tough team to talk about. For me.
Same
You
difference.
could have just gone like, I love Saquon, Eagles over, but you tried to get all fancy with it and just that derailed quickly and never got back on. Mario,
Everybody's a hater.
are you riding Mike?
Right.
Your framing of the question. I'm gonna have
This is
to-
like a CNN debate.
I'm like the surprise Pikachu meme. where he's just like- okay, we're going over.
All right, you're riding Mike.
I'm not riding.
Riding the shit out of Mike, actually.
Jesus.
You know what? I'm riding Mike too.
Okay,
Hammered over.
over.
You know what? F- it, I'm hopping on. We're all riding Mike.
all riding
And
Mike,
Saints'
Mike.
pick Eagles over.
Over.
God,
We're
I
all
love
riding Mike. Everyone's riding you, Mike.
Mike, you better
Everyone's
stretch.
riding
You better stretch.
You better get used to it, boy.
Like sketch?
You better- wow.
What's up, brother?
Wow. What's up, brother? We're riding. We are riding. Don't pull up those photos.
Oh,
God.
Don't pull up those photos.
Oh, God.
That's back-to-back consensus overs for Cowboys
Bang!
and Eagles.
Stay hot. Let's do the whole division.
Yeah.
Consensus, the whole division.
I mean, I'm going to start with Mike, and we're just all going to see if we want to ride Mike.
Oh, I love it.
All right, Giants.
Mike's uncomfortable.
Last season, 6 and
my
11.
God.
This season, 6.5 for the win total, but it's plus money. You're getting plus 120 on it.
Yeah.
Mike, what's the side we can ride you on?
Well, under. I think they got really decimated on offense
Because of the loss of Hood.
well, it's you know.
There's a lot more to it.
No, yeah, there's a lot. It's a lot of depth in football, and so it's not. It's never just one thing. But I think that this one piece really hurt them. So under.
Hey, Mar, are you riding Mike
is
again?
Are you going to ride Mike on the under?
See, here's the thing, right? There's a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah,
You know, they
that's what I'm
lost,
saying.
interchanging parts. They
Yep.
lose some guys. They get some guys. They got this one guy.
No, he's a guy.
I don't know if you've heard of
No,
him.
he's
they
a
also
guy.
lost.
He's a guy.
He's a guy.
There's
Silly little
Malik.
neighbor. Silly
Malik
little.
neighbors.
They also lost
Malik
a guy.
to the neighbors.
Yes.
And he's gonna single-handedly, alone, himself, give this team 6 wins.
That's sharp.
But what about that 7th?
Da-
That's needed to.
Danny
get over.
Dimes is gonna retract one.
Yeah, okay. I was
Okay,
waiting for that
there you
one.
go. There you go.
But then somehow they're gonna just clip this over at 7.
Oh.
Wow.
Dude.
So,
Over.
so you're not riding Mike.
Nope.
Dude.
All right,
Over.
we're done. We're off the mic train.
Off the mic train.
That's the most action
Jesus
Mike's got in the last 24 years.
And you get plus money.
You do get plus
25.
Daniel
money.
Jones bounce back season, 7 wins.
What happened when you were
Monster.
one?
It was a big year.
yeah, that's what I'm
It was a
saying.
big year when he was 1.
Big one. Big first year.
Yeah, Ryan.
I'm confused.
How do you
And
feel
concerned.
about this Giants team?
There's no sweat. I don't like Danny Dimes. I have no idea why he was picked so early, paid so much. I don't get it.
Agree with all
Never
those points.
proved anything to me.
Yep.
So that's why I'm going under. I would love to
That's
see
why
Malik,
it's over.
I would love to see Malik Neighbors go crazy. I love Malik Neighbors. No, nothing against him, but I just have no idea how this. And they trade away McKinney. Like I have no idea how this team goes over.
They
So
traded away
under.
someone
3
else,
wins maximum.
Love it.
3 wins maximum.
Love it.
So their ceiling is going
Flip-flop.
3.5 games
Fuck, flip,
under this total. So
Flip-flop.
yeah, way
Do you want me
under.
to?
Flip-flop.
No, don't flip flop. You gotta
Give
go
me the
with your gut.
signal.
You gotta go with
No
your gut.
flip-flop.
You
I
gotta go
can't.
with your
Tell
gut.
me
You
your
can't
gut.
flip flop like that on a consensus. You gotta stay.
I just want to have the whole division, but you
No,
can't flip
yeah,
flop.
you-
It's your
you
guy. You
can't
can't flip
flip
flop on your
flop.
guy.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't
You can't flip flop on
No,
LSU
you
guy.
can't.
No,
Okay,
we
you
won't.
can't.
We
No.
won't even accept
You cannot
it.
flip flop on
We're not
LSU
gonna
guy.
flip
Not
flop.
accepted.
Nope.
Continuing
All
on.
right, next team. A team I actually have a feeling Mario's real guy is on.
Oh, yeah, that is
Go
fast.
on now.
The Washington Commanders.
Damn it.
Last season 4-13,
Huge year.
which helped them get a top couple pick.
This year, 13-4.
Wow.
Not kidding.
I was gonna say their total for this year is 6.5, but it's minus 115. Mario, they drafted a guy.
Talk about a guy.
Another
They drafted a guy
you
at
know what I'm saying?
LSU, a Heisman winner,
Yeah.
quarterback by the name of Jaden Daniels.
This is your guy.
How are you feeling about this Commanders team?
Can't get enough of this team.
Can't get there.
I just can't get it.
No, I mean, I think offensively, they've improved drastically
At the quarterback position.
at the quarterback position.
100% true.
Also, I mean,
And
they
the
got. Don't
receiver.
sleep on the receivers.
Yeah, I
The
was
receivers
gonna
are
say,
nice. They
I'm
just need
wide
someone.
awake.
Oh, I mean, Ryan's been awake.
Terry's scary.
No, I'm
Scary Terry.
so far asleep on these receivers, it's not even funny.
And don't sleep on Austin Eckler.
Oh, God.
And Brian Robinson.
Is he even the
Brian
starter?
Robinson
Antonio Gibson.
is
I
the
was going
real.
to say, I don't even think he's RB2.
Brian
No,
Robinson.
he'll be the
RB1.
receiving back. I mean, he doesn't. Austin Eckler doesn't run the ball.
Can he move anymore?
He can move.
Can he walk?
Oh, can he move?
I thought he had like a cane.
No, he can move.
Oh, he can
No,
move.
A,
he
he
can
can
move.
move.
I don't
Boy, he
think
can move. Yeah, this team's again going over. This entire division over.
Wow, Mario's a big over guy.
But they're hitting 7 wins again. It's a little clip.
It's
All
a
right,
clip.
well,
I mean,
Mike,
maybe 8.
Mike, you gotta bring Mario back to earth here a little bit.
I mean, Jane Daniels undefeated rookie season, right?
Is that what you're predicting?
No,
No,
under.
no.
No,
Keep
way
him
under.
humble.
No, yeah,
He's
way
losing
under.
a couple.
No, way under.
Way under?
Yeah, way under.
Yeah, I'm
It's
going.
gonna take a year.
I'm going 5-12. I don't even think it's like gonna take a year. I think Jay Daniels has a good season, but this team's just not good.
Yeah.
I mean, their quarterback play actually wasn't bad last year.
How led the league in yards
I was gonna
for 7
say
weeks?
through like 7 or 8 weeks.
just couldn't
Howell
close
was
out games.
QB1 for passing. So like, I don't know. This team's they're really bad. Like really,
Yeah.
really bad.
No, they're it's rough.
yeah, they're
It's
terrible.
really rough. Like I
This
think
is not good.
I counted them 6 wins. But
Like
then the Jay
I have
Daniels
them,
effect.
I have them winning 5, and that was like me giving them like they maybe they beat the Eagles, but yeah, it was tough. So I like under.
Probably not. Yeah.
Over for sure.
Oh,
I like 7 to 8 wins here. I just think this team has a lot of offensive weapons. We saw them good on offense last year with Sam Howell. I think Daniels with the running ability will make them much better. I don't think Eckler will do anything on this team, but that doesn't say anything that Brian Robinson isn't going to do what he did last year and do very well.
Many men.
I mean, him and Donald Trump know about how to come out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
get shot, fight back.
That's what I'm saying. They'll be fine. I think Jahan Dotson has a big step up this year. He's a very good wide receiver. And then Terry McLaurin has been good his whole entire career. Just needs someone to throw to him.
Yeah.
So I think I like 7 to 8 wins. It won't be anything crazy.
No.
It'll either. I think it's
a lot of wins.
They have a good 5 to 8
wins for the Commanders. They would be throwing a parade.
It's the same amount. You're 1.5 under though. 1.5 over, 1.5 under.
No, I know that just feels like a lot.
Oh no, yeah, Commanders would go crazy, but I like it.
Moving on to the NFC South.
Oh my God,
so
we have to talk about this division.
Yeah, we do. So far, we have 3 consensus picks, and now we're going to the NFC South. I mean, there's a lot going on in this division. Mario, this is kind of your division.
Yeah, I know this division like the back of my hand.
Like the back of your hand. So I'm going to lead off with you for all of these teams.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I love that.
Start with the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Buccaneers last year 9-8.
Yeah.
Objectively good season for them.
Yeah.
Made the playoffs. They paid Baker.
Beat the
won a
Eagles.
playoff game. Beat the shit out of the Eagles.
Yeah.
This year they're number 7.5. Total 7.5, but it's minus 150.
Yeah.
So they think they'll win that eight game number.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this Bucs team and a little bit of a changed up NFC South?
Yeah. This is gonna be a really hot take, and no one's gonna agree with me, but they're going under, and it's not even like I'm not even stressing about it. This is like when I called the Vikings going under their win total last year, where they had so many close games, and they just like you're not gonna have 8 games again that are within 4 points and you win those. Like half those are gonna go the other way. They got really lucky, and they ended up getting really, really hot. Their defense. Shaquille Barrett just retired like a few days ago.
Yeah, sharp.
Yeah, they lost a corner who was pretty good. I can't think of his name right now, but Rashad White's good. Baker's okay. He's gonna come back down to earth a bit. It's gonna be close. I mean, 8 or 7, but they're going under.
Okay, Mike.
I'm gonna go over similar idea. If you watched the last episode with the Browns, where I kind of just think, they're a sneaky decent team every single year. 7.5 is just too low for me. I'm gonna go over.
Yeah, I have a max over here. This is one of my max over plays. I'm going 10-7, so it's 2.5 games over the 7.5 number. This division sucks, like really bad.
Yeah,
I'll sleep on the Falcons.
I'm not sleeping on the Falcons. We'll get to the Falcons, but this division's really bad, and the Bucs' schedule is not hard, and I think their team's really not bad. They probably have the best team in the division overall, defense especially. So I watched them win a playoff game. I think they'll be able to kind of carry some of that momentum. Baker finally got a contract, after being the number 1 draft pick and tossed around all over the league. Really never respected. He's finally found a place where he's home.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Evans still there, perennial 1,000-yard receiver. Rashad White slept on running back a little bit, and I think their defense will still be fine in a bad division. So 7.5 is really low for me. If this is 8.5, 9.5, maybe I'd start thinking about it. But I'm not worried. Kind of like you said, you're not worried at all.
Yeah.
I'm not worried at all in this over.
Yeah, I mean, they have an easy schedule, and 9 of the teams they faced didn't make the playoffs last year. I tried to do everything I can to find under and find their losses, but with splitting their division and being this is just an over. Their defense is solid. Their offense will be fine. They re-signed Mike Evans. I think this is the only team that could really easily hit their over in this division.
Mario, going back to you for your team, the Saints.
Yeah.
You still got Derek Carr at
line.
quarterback, but you drafted Spencer Rattler.
Oh, the chosen one.
The chosen one, as a lot of people in Louisiana
No
are
comment
calling
about
him.
Spencer Rattler.
Last year, the Saints were 9-8.
Yeah.
A surprising
Sneaky.
9-8.
People don't remember
Yeah, I don't
that.
know
A
how.
sneaky 9-8.
No, I mean we choked and got.
Oh, you should have. Yeah, you should have won the division.
Your total this year 7.5.
Yeah.
Minus 120. How do you feel about your New Orleans Saints?
Yeah, I mean, again, this is another one where I'm not sweating. I think we'll go over. I think we'll go 9-8 again.
Love that.
Any reason in particular? Just this is what you do.
I think last year was a season where we just couldn't figure it out. We were in a lot of games. We choked to the Falcons, to the Packers. We choked so many games where we're winning 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We're up 12 on the Falcons and choke the game away. That only happens a couple times, over a course of a few seasons. So I think 9 is I think 8's our like absolute worst like floor. So
Okay.
I think there's no way we go under. Hopefully Chris Olave is like healthy for more than 5 games in a season. But even then, we have good vets, we have experience.
Michael?
I like that.
Yeah, I honestly don't even think the Saints are. Sorry, Mario. I don't think your team is that good. I don't think the Saints are very good.
I mean, we're not winning anything.
But I mean,
Big.
that is very true.
Fifth
But with that
easiest
being
schedule.
said, I was
Fifth
just
easiest
gonna say
Yeah.
they have the 5th easiest schedule, and I just don't see them choking that hard for that many games. 7.5 is a very low number. I'm gonna go over.
Yeah. It's not called choking when you just fucking suck. Saints max wins is 6 this year, and I think Spencer Rattler's playing at quarterback after week 7. Derek Carr is not good anymore. He's kind of washed. He's just a placeholder. I think they might have found something in Spencer Rattler, or they think they found something in him. I don't think he's very good. But nothing excites me about this team at all. And this is like, I don't dislike the Saints. I actually grew up kind of liking the Saints because my brother liked him as well. But, Kamara's still there, and he's good still, but it's kind of in flashes. It's not as consistent as it used to be, and they don't love using their good players. For some reason, the coach of the Saints loves just not doing whatever's working and pivoting to actually what doesn't work.
Yeah.
I watched them play
Shout out
live against the
Dennis Allen.
Rams last year in a game that felt like they totally could have beat the Rams, and they were like getting killed, and then they decided to just go back to what was working, and they brought it to like a 3-point game, I think, with like a couple minutes left. But this
We love doing that.
yeah, this Saints
We do.
team, there's nothing to write home about. I think 6 wins, I think, is generous, and I think if the Saints start slow, they might seriously consider,
Tanking.
letting Spencer Rattler play some games, get some experience, and then going for a high draft pick next year and actually trying to build something there. Because
I could see that.
it's kind
potentially.
of that purgatory land. If you go, 8 wins, miss the playoffs again, you're stuck at the maybe Derek Carr. We don't have a good draft pick. We have no edge or capital. So I think they make an executive decision to potentially tank this year when the rest of their division is probably better than them besides the Panthers. So I don't know. That's my stance on the Saints. I like the under here.
Yeah, I just think their schedule is so easy that they're gonna start like 4-2 or something, and they're not gonna be able to just tank. I think their talent is very good. I think they have a lot of talent on this team. They just signed Chase Young, who is now ready to go, and I think
He has been kind of underwhelming though.
I disagree. I think on the Niners he was unbelievable with Bosa. He just
When he's on the field, he's good.
obviously you can't.
He hasn't lived up to being a top 2 or 3 defensive end pick. Not even close.
But he
to
hasn't
that.
played. When he plays, he's one of the best players.
Yeah, but he can't string together anything. I'm saying he hasn't put together one season where you look at him and you're like, that's a good first or second overall pick.
Yeah, he hasn't played a whole season. But yeah,
It's an issue.
it's definitely an issue, but I think that he will play this year, and I'm not hoping on any injuries. So I think that this team is very talented. Olave is going to play this year. He's a very good wide receiver, and I just think their defense is too good every year to not get this over. Their defense always wins these games. So
I guess I'm the lone wolf there. Moving on to the Falcons, team with the most changes, and most notably the drafting of Michael Penix Jr. No, I'm kidding. Biggest change, obviously, signing Kirk Cousins to another $1 billion contract.
Yeah.
The guy knows
An
how to get
all-time
money.
agent.
Part of the deal.
The Rich Paul of the NFL is whoever this guy's agent is. They also drafted at 8 overall Michael Penix, so who knows what they have in store for him. Maybe just to stash him, but I don't know if they're thinking of throwing him in there a little too. Bijan, another year under the belt. Mike, I still said I'm going to start with Mario, but I'm starting with you.
He's just
Because
Mike's
you're a
first.
big
favorite team.
Bijan guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your second favorite team.
Tied second. With
Last year they won 7 games. They're at 9.5, projected at -135. Vegas thinks they're winning a lot of games.
This is one of my bigger overplays of the year. I absolutely love this offense. I love the addition of Kirk Cousins. And most notably, which Tyler didn't mention, but may have alluded to, is they lost Arthur Smith. So they no longer get Arthur Smith the entire year, which is unbelievable. There's just going to be so many more fulfilling opportunities down the line or down in the red zone. I have a lot of faith in this offense, and I think 9.5 is actually a decently high number for a team that had 7 wins last year. But again, the addition of Kirk Cousins and the loss of Arthur Smith combined for greatness. So Bijan to the promised land, baby. Over.
Yeah, I'm jumping on that train with you. I'm over.
Hop on.
I say they go 10-7. I don't think it's that much. There's that much to it. If Kirk Cousins plays the whole season in a not great division, with those offensive weapons, I don't think there's any reason they shouldn't win 10 games. Do I think they're going to do anything in the playoffs whatsoever? No. 0% chance. But yeah, give me the over here at 9.5.
I have one more really, really quick thing to note. They have, by and large, the easiest schedule in the entire NFL.
They do.
do.
It's
by a mile.
It's actually by a huge margin.
By a mile.
We'll throw up the strength of schedule graphic right here, but they have such a gap between them and the second place, which is the Chargers for easiest strength of schedule.
Yep.
That is very, very much worth mentioning. I think that also plays a lot into that 9.5 being a big favorite. With the Falcons. But Mario?
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, just seeing the Falcons win total at 9.5, everything just like
It's
the alarms went
crumbling
off in my
around
head, said under. But then I was like, well, maybe I'm being a little biased here because I absolutely hate the Falcons. Looked at their schedule. I was like, wow, this is a really easy schedule.
It's a joke. Yeah.
It's kind of a joke. I still don't think they soar past this. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Give them 10 seconds.
Because they got
That's why I
Kirk Cousins. If they go over, they're winning 10 games max this season. But I'll for the sake of it, I'll say over.
Okay, so 3 in a row. Ryan, is this a consensus pick on the Falcons?
No chance in hell.
He hates Bijan.
It's not even not hating. I'm just common sense about Bijan.
No.
Everything I've said about Bijan has been exactly.
Their team isn't that
Guys,
good.
guys,
We don't need to make this into a Bijan
Guys,
thing. Like
so-
every time Ryan
time.
says anything about the Falcons, you say he hates Bijan, which means you're trying to turn into a you and Ryan thing.
No,
I mean, Ryan
Michael's
just
very
hates me.
selfish guy.
Oh,
No,
well,
Ryan just hates me.
There you go.
That's Michael.
There it is.
But yeah, I just
No, the Falcons under.
I mean that.
Max, they win is 10.
Oh, yeah. Mario loves to ride Ryan.
No, it's just
Loves to
here
ride.
it comes.
Loves
Sometimes I have to say it out
He's
loud.
starting to shoot at
No,
everyone.
Ryan does
you just look
something,
at this.
Mario
You
goes,
just look at
"Oh."
this team. This defense isn't that good. Their offense, like sure they have Kirk Cousins and they'll put up more points. But
Yeah,
they're not.
I just think that I don't see any big they got Kirk Cousins. He does not perform that well. He has good seasons, but he's nothing crazy. And I just think I still haven't seen Drake London be the guy. Kyle Pitts has never stepped up. They haven't had a quarterback, but a lot
we all know this is Kyle Pitts here though.
yeah, everyone says that. I mean, don't get me wrong, they could have.
Falcons wins aside. You
They
gotta
could-
ride
Big
Kyle
difference
Pitts.
throwing to Justin Jefferson versus Drake London.
I mean, yeah, everything on T.J. Hawkinson, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison,
Having Dalvin Cook,
I'm
good
saying-
defense.
No, all I'm
like,
saying is that I have to see it to believe it. Last year,
Yeah.
I mean, they were at.
I'm right
it's
there
not a
with you.
crazy jump. Last year they were at 8.5.
Yeah.
and I had
one more game with Kirk Cousins.
I'm saying so. Like, I just don't see anything crazy. I hammered the under last year. Everyone loved the Falcons.
They'll win 9 games.
This year they love the Falcons.
It's easy.
I'm just going under.
It's easy.
All right, so we're split
I
on
don't know
that.
why I even thought
Last
about
team
that.
in the division, the Panthers.
Oh,
This
yeah.
one's interesting to me.
Love the Panthers.
Last season was 2-15.
Yeah.
Tyler was the
Pick 'em
only
horns,
one.
baby.
I was the
I
only
tried
one.
to warn you.
I said over. I thought they were winning the division. I just want
You were
to
a
throw
year
that out
early.
there. Yeah, I was a year early. Their total's 5.5 this year.
Tried to warn.
Minus 115. Max under. Max
That means I have to go
under.
over.
They're going 2-15. This
Again?
is the second worst team in the league. Yes, they're going 2-15. The only team worse is the Patriots, who are going 0-17.
Yep.
Look, I like Bryce Young in college.
Oh,
I liked Bryce Young in college. I thought he was good.
You didn't like Bryce Young in college?
I hate Bryce Young as a human.
Okay, enough. Enough.
Tyler,
Enough.
keep going.
Yeah,
Johnson,
Sorry
thank
to
you.
interrupt.
I liked Bryce Young a lot in college. I think he's a really good guy. You know, I like the way they drafted a lot. I love Leggett, and I think Jonathan Brooks is good. They drafted tight end as well.
Dog.
What they didn't really do is improve the offensive line that much. And their defense wasn't good to begin with.
Oh,
They got Tavondre.
Hot take.
I don't
They
think
also-
their defense is that great.
I think
got
they were
Tavondre.
top 5 in like total yards given up.
But no,
last year.
but there's a difference between like their offense throwing so many picks and like the other team starting on their side of the field. Like I'm sure their starting field position. I have to pull this up, but I remember seeing something where it's like the starting field position for the Panthers was the best, so the other team had the least available yards to get every game.
Yeah.
Or something weird about that.
Panthers defense probably played the most time at anyone in the
Our
league.
intern has his hand up.
Panthers are ranked number 32 in the NFL for this incoming year.
Yeah.
For defense.
The defense, yeah.
All right, Panthers
worst
defense,
ranked.
our intern just said, is ranked 32nd in the league that's
Not gonna
incoming this
ha-
year.
not- I'll bet anyone
Ryan
might
just said they're
finish.
top 5.
They're not good.
just
No,
want
no,
down the
no, no, no,
record.
no. I
But
said they. Whoa! Before you throw words out, I said they were last year top 5
I think you said
yards
top
Yards
5.
given up.
in yards given up.
But Tyler's,
not say they were
Tyler's
top
point
5
was
I don't know.
They
I
would
don't-
turn
I
the
don't-
ball
wait, in
over.
yards given up? I don't know if that's true. We'll have to look that up. I don't think they were top 5 in yards given up, but I might be wrong on that. But yeah, anyways, I'm talking about next season. They're ranked as the worst defense in the league. They didn't improve the offensive line. Bryce Young still is 5'8" and can't really do much on his own without some help. I don't think they're there. So yeah, I love this under. I'm all over this under.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go on the Panthers here. They're going under. This team. The thing about, and I like Bryce Young. I hate Alabama, but like him individually, I'm
on the same boat. I don't like Alabama, but
I have no reason. Nothing against Bryce Young. Like I actually want him to succeed. The problem is he has no offensive line. Like Drew Brees was another short quarterback. The reason why he was able to succeed.
That's what they built around.
Was literally just like having one of the best O-lines, giving him a pocket. You see when times when Bryce Young has he drops back, has a clean pocket, he can find a receiver, he's accurate, he can throw the ball. The problem is he just won't have a lot of that. So they're going under. I think they can get 3 wins, 4 wins. They're not going anywhere over 6.
Yeah, I think if they're smart, they go for the first pick next year.
Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah, this is a bummer for me because they actually the Panthers this offseason drafted the most Texas players, including Jonathan Brooks and Tavondre Sweat, 2 people who I want desperately to do very well in the NFL. This is not the place for them to do well in the NFL. The Panthers are not the right team. They do not have a foundation to win or have any success. They are going under.
Wow, 3-0 on the under. Ryan, this is a consensus pick.
No, it's over.
Wow.
This offense is going to be much better than people think with Bryce Young. You guys can complain. I mean, I don't complain when you over our 3-0, but it's cool. I won't freak out next time. Every time. But, yeah, I think Jonathan Brooks will step in and do well. I think Deontay Johnson-Leggett will be a lot better than people think as a 1-2. Bryce Young finally has wide receivers to throw to, and he's very talented. He's number one overall pick for a reason, and I think they can definitely do well in probably the shittiest division in the league, in my opinion. Yes, intern.
The Panthers allowed the 3rd least yards per game.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, third least yards per game.
It's a top 5.
That's impressive. No, yeah, you're right.
Oh,
yeah, I didn't know about the stat. I still think it's because their starting field position was they start the ball on the 30-yard line every time, and they just score points. But yeah, no. All right, so not consensus for the Panthers. I really wanted the Panthers. That was one I had extra highlighted as I was hoping for it to be a consensus pick. Last division in the NFC West.
Can we do this on 3?
The Niners?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
We can do the Niners
On 3.
Yeah, hold on. Well, last season Niners were 12-5. This year the total's 11.5. The over is plus money, plus 110 on the over.
It's free.
You want to do the countdown?
Yeah.
And everyone say it at the same time.
All
All
right.
right. I'll do it 3, 2, 1. All right.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Over.
God, you're the worst.
Ryan went under.
Yeah, you're the
I just pretty simply here. I'll just get it for you. All you have to do is find 6 losses. I could easily see them losing 2 losses in their division. I think the Rams got much better. I don't see them sweeping the Rams. I don't think the Seahawks are a tough place to play in, and Cardinals got much better. Last year they were close in a couple games. I think they can maybe sneak in 1, but I don't need all of them to win. I just need 2 of them to win. And then they have to play in Tampa, in Green Bay, in Miami, in Buffalo, and play the Chiefs, Cowboys, Lions, and Jets. That's an unbelievably.
Wait,
They had the
sneaking-
Cowboys'
you
number.
You sneaking Tampa Bay in there like that?
In Tampa, because Tampa's a tough place to play. Their defense is really good. They didn't personally.
It's warm in
okay,
Florida.
take out Tampa. They still have to play in Green Bay. Is a good team.
Yeah.
In Miami, everyone says.
Do you know when they play in Green Bay? Is it like a sunny Green Bay or is it like a frozen tundra Green
It's
Bay?
early in the season.
It's early in the
Okay.
season. But
All
I'm saying
right,
it's in Miami, in Buffalo. Then they have to also play Chiefs, Cowboys, Lions, Jets. These are all unbelievably tough games, and that's not even the rest of their schedule where they, like last year, can lose a couple games. I don't think they'll have Ayuk, which is a massive loss to this team. I personally think.
I agree.
I think it's huge. They lost Chase Young, which I know you were saying wasn't good. I think together they were unbelievable.
Oh, I
and
didn't
they
say he's not good. I said he hasn't lived up to his
or hasn't lived up to his height. I don't think
where he was drafted.
I don't think he's. I think it's going to be a tough losing him, and they're coming off who tore his ACL in the last game of the Greenlaw. Greenlaw tore his ACL is not going to be able to play.
Super Bowl.
There's a lot going into this, and I just don't. They don't need to win 13 games like they can do what these other teams are doing and just win. I don't know. I just don't see a huge year, and this is a tough freaking schedule. So I have the under. That's why. That makes sense. Pick the over.
No, I mean,
Go ahead, Mark.
I actually have no issue going under. But I'm personally just going over because I like 49ers to getting plus money to win 12 games. I feel like it's kind of juicy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, so
definitely a good
their
bet.
strength of schedule really it's in the middle of the pack.
Yeah.
If you look at it, it's not any harder than the majority of other teams.
I
Like
do
right
I
there
do
with the
think
Rams.
because
Yeah,
I
it's
do
the
think
same. It's right in the
IU
middle.
hurts that offense though.
Yeah, it's right in the middle.
Like him
Yeah,
not playing.
for sure.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
He's the best receiver on
But
the team by far.
this is my biggest bet of the season, by far.
Wow.
By far, not even close. Like my all-in max bet on the table. The 49ers are going 17-0 this season. They are not going to lose one single game.
Did you say that last year?
I did say that last year. Yeah, and it was my biggest bet of the season, and I hit it in a big way. This was my favorite bet. I love it again. Same number as last year, and you're getting plus money here. I had to lay a big number last year on it, and I'm getting plus money now. Oh my God, I love this team. Love this team, love this team, love this team. Brock Purdy, a year of experience under his belt. I don't think they go on any 3-game losing streaks like they did last year. Obviously, I think they're going 17-0. Is it likely to go 17-0? No. Do I think they lose multiple games in a row? Definitely not. This team is so dominant. Their defense, their coaching, their quarterback play, the best running back in football, a guy who's becoming maybe in the argument for best running back of all time, just re-signed. Christian McCaffrey, healthy. George Kittle coming back, healthy. Deebo Samuel playing. Like Trent Williams back. I mean, this team is so fucking stacked in a conference that's not that good with a mediocre, like average strength of schedule. So I am so convinced on this 11.5. I mean, this is.
You're looking at this team like it's the 07 Patriots.
Yeah, you're not worried about the plus money that changed from last year.
Not at all. Not at all. No, this is. I'd bet this number if it was 13.5, confidently. Like this is. Yeah, I mean, I think they're winning 17, 16 games.
According to them, they're the best running back of all time.
that's.
I mean, are there a lot? Like we don't have to talk about it in depth, but I think Christian McCaffrey's putting together a career that by the time he retires,
he's one of the greats.
I think he might be in the conversation for best running back of all time, 100%. First running back to ever do 1,000.
I don't think he'll ever be better than AP or like Barry Sanders.
I don't think anyone will touch Emmitt Smith either. I mean,
we'll see. I mean, we'll see.
He has a lot of.
He's hitting his prime right now.
He could still play 4 or 5 years and be crazy.
Yeah.
I think he'll play. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what he ends the career at. I mean, regardless, right now he's clearly the best running back in the league. But, I don't know if you want to add anything there, but
no, honestly, there isn't much to add. I think the 49ers have shown dominance.
All right, so we're 3-1 again there. We're a lot of 3-1s in this NFC side, not a lot of consensus. Next team, Rams. Mike, you're starting this off. Last season, 10-7.
Oh, I mean,
their total has went down to 8.5, but it's minus 145. So I think they're right at that 9 number.
Yeah, I mean, I'm genuinely gonna look for an alt 9.5 line and take the over on that.
They'll give that to you.
Yeah, no, I know they will. But I love our team. I think that Puka Nacua, Matthew Stafford, Kyron Williams, the addition of Blake Corum, and then not to mention, obviously we lost one of the greatest defensive players of all time in Aaron Donald, but we're replacing him quickly with Jared Verse and Brandon Fisk. I think we had an unbelievable draft.
I love the doubling up on Florida State defensive linemen there.
I mean, just in general, I think we had an unbelievable draft. I think we did really, really well to prepare for this next year. And, I mean, I just fully believe. I think this is definitely going to be a homer-type bet, but massively take the over.
I don't even think it's a homer bet because I don't even love the Rams, but I think it was probably the best draft for immediate next season
100%,
of any team
100%.
out there. I do really like the Eagles going corner in the first 2 rounds.
Unbelievable.
Love that. But yeah, I mean, going Jared Verse at 17, a guy that mid last season they thought could be like in that 6 to 9 range. Yeah. Or like even in the top couple.
It was 1, 2 years
and then Fisk, the defensive tackle, I think he was like number 2 or 3 defensive tackle in all of college football, who already played together to go replace a guy like a huge hole that's obviously leaving. Unbelievable. They're returning so much talent at wide receiver. I love this over.
Yeah.
Love it. I think they win 10 plus games. At least 10 games. I haven't gone 10-7, but I could see him going over that. So I love this over 8.5.
Yeah, it's a murder. Everyone's healthy and back. Stafford's back. Murder over. Nothing to say.
Yep, same.
Over. Let's go.
Hey!
There's your consensus.
Once again, consensus on my Rams. 2 years in a row, baby. Let's
There's your
hit.
consensus.
Let's hit.
It hit last year.
Yep.
I love it.
It's gonna hit
All
again.
right, Seahawks. Last season 9-8. Right now 7.5. Minus 135 on the over. I'll go ahead and start. This is an under. A team that's very underwhelming. I don't think there's a lot going on in Seattle. I mean, Geno Smith at quarterback. He's fine, but this just isn't an exciting team. I think this is another team that should really look for a rebuild. They haven't been making very many moves as a team that was very good in the last decade, but has just really fallen off. I think they need to find a quarterback, and the only way to do that is to draft one. So I'm going not too far under, but I think they win 7 games, but I think they could also go into tank mode.
Yeah, I have a really slight over here just because I think this is so hard to plan and this offense is electric.
Yeah.
I think Kenneth Walker's going to bounce back healthy this year and be very good. And their offensive, JSN and DK Metcalf are very good wide receivers. Geno knows how to move the ball. I mean, they won 9 last year. They can win 8 this year and hit this over. So I like the over.
All right.
This might be a little bit of outside influence for me, but I'm gonna go under here, and the reason why is because I have a close coworker who is a massive Seahawks fan, diehard Seahawks fan, and as we continue to talk football, as fantasy starts getting underway and stuff like that, I have not heard a single positive outlook on the season for the Seahawks. So coming from somebody who is such a big homer on his own team, saying negative things about this upcoming year, I'm going to go under.
All right. That's fair. Inside info, kind of.
Yeah. Inside info. I like inside info.
Yeah, for me, this is same thing as last year. They're going over. I wasn't big on them last year. I thought they would regress, and they still pulled off 9 games. Knowing Pete Carroll, he's never going to tank, so this team's always going to try. Hard place to play. They still have good weapons. Nothing special. I think at worst they win 8 games. So
okay. So we're split on that one. And then last team in the NFC, the Cardinals. 4 wins last year, total 6.5 this year at a -150. So their number's right at that 7 number. Mario, why don't you kick us off here for last team?
Oh, okay. Yeah, Cardinals, I looked at this number and I was like, there's no way they're going under. But I didn't even look at the schedule. I was just like, they have Kyler Murray back. Yeah. They got Marvin Harrison. And then I was like, okay, let me try to find 7 wins minimum. And that was pretty difficult to do. And so it pains me. I'm going under. It's not a big under. It's not a big play. I'm just going to say they're going under. Sprinkle a little bit on it.
Okay.
You
used to be a Cardinals fan. Another one of your favorite teams.
Back in the day.
For a year.
I'm going to go under. I'm going to go under for one reason only. And the reason is that last year, I understand they were in completely different circumstances. Kyler Murray wasn't really playing the entire year, blah, blah, blah. But we were so astounded and so surprised with them getting 2-3 wins. And I think it's going to be a similar trend this year where it's like, they get 3-4.
They almost f***ed me in the ass last year.
Well, I mean,
that
I remember that.
We weren't surprised.
No, actually, turn up the volume.
They had 4.5 and they're right there.
Yeah, and they had a field goal to go to 5 wins, and they missed it to get their 4. And thank God they did, because I had a big, huge under. I accidentally bet it twice.
You're welcome from the kicker to you. So, yeah, anyways, I don't think they're going to have an unbelievable season. I think they might get 4 or 5 wins, maybe 6, but it's still going to be under that 6.5 number, so I'm going to go under as well.
All right. This may surprise some people here.
I know
but
you're on.
I've flip-flopped on this team.
Yep.
I'm going over, and I love the over here. This -150 6.5 number is just juiced all over. I mean, I loved everything about this number. Kyler Murray's coming back, bad division. They drafted, right now, a top 5 receiver in the NFL. He's coming into the league, top 5 skill receiver in the NFL. I mean, everything about this, they got rid of
the boy
Hollywood
can play.
Brown. I mean, he can play.
That's a guy.
I like this Cardinals
I don't know
team
about that.
over.
Boy can ball.
Over.
Yeah, last year I had my lock of the year with the Falcons under. Easiest bet of your life, won $1 million. This year, lock of the year, Cardinals over. Woo! I mean, this offense is erotic. James Conner, unbelievably slept on. Trey McBride, gonna go crazy. Marvin Harrison, gonna go crazy. Kyler Murray, people forget how good he was when he was healthy. I think he's unbelievable. So slept on. Murder over. All in max bet. Play the year.
I like it.
All right. Well, at least I'm on the right side of your all in max bet this year.
Yeah.
There we go. So how many consensus do we have? We had Rams over.
Woo!
We had Eagles over.
Okay.
Cowboys over.
Woo!
Lions over.
Bang. 5 in AFC, 4 in NFC.
4 consensus, all on the
not.
overside. Interesting.
Yeah.
So 9 total consensus picks for this season.
I love that.
And there you have it. We
Wow,
went through
electric.
every team's win total.
You're welcome.
And we just gave you out 9 winners. Mario, before the people go and watch another DEGEN Hours video, tell them what they should do.
Tell him!
NFL season's around the corner.
We're juiced. We're juiced.
I can almost taste the Sunday morning.
No, I can taste
turn on
it.
the TV.
Sunday morning.
What you need to go
rain
do,
is
leave a like,
falling.
leave a comment, type something in the comments. See if you agree with our consensus. If you disagree, what team's going to go crazy? Is your team on the come up this year? Who knows?
yeah.
Or come down.
Turn that notification bell on, Mike.
Finally.
And we'll see you next week.
Later, baby.